Shalom, shalom. In the past few weeks, we noticed numerous number of countries that would like to recognize a Palestinian state in Eretz Israel this coming September. France, England, Britain, and even Australia joined them only a few days ago. And of course, our answer to that will be no, especially after October 7. But maybe it's also an opportunity for us to find a chizuk from our parsha about that answer. It's time to close the TV, to shut off the news and open up our history book, our Torah. This week we'll read in Shul פרשת עקב, and the parasha starts with the word והיה עקב תשמעון את המשפטים האלה, ושמרתם ועשיתם אותם, ושמר אדוני אלהיך לך את הברית ואת החסד אשר נשבע לאבותיך. Moshe Rabbeinu is standing on the border with Eretz Israel. And as a part from his super long speech that continues through the majority of Sefer Dvarim, he says that to Bnei Israel, you must keep the mitzvot. And if you will keep the mitzvot, well, Hashem promised you two things. Hashem will keep the Brit and the Chesed. And those two words, Brit and Chesed, need some clarification. Because in the past, when the Torah wanted to mention a reward for a mitzvah that Hashem will promise us, he says specifically, for example, כבד את אביך ואת אמך, למען יאריכון ימיך. If we will respect our parents, our reward will be, our life will be extended. The Sforno comes and says, you're right. Those words, Brit and Chesed, that Hashem will keep us, really should need some clarification. And Sforno starts with the word Brit. ושמר השם אלהיך לך את הברית. Sforno says, you want to know what the word Brit means? Go back to Chumash Bereshit, Perek Yud, when we see the word Brit 12 times, over and over again in one Perek. At Perek Yud, Avraham Avinu is 99 years old. He has Yitzchak, he has Ishmael. Hashem promised him that he will have a descendant. He will have children and grandchildren after him forever. But what Avraham Avinu needs to do to get that Brit, to get that reward? Well, Hashem says, Brit Milah. You have to do Brit Milah. And really, at the end of the parsha, Avraham Avinu gave a Brit Milah to his son, to Ishmael, to himself, and kol anshei beito. That is the Brit. Now we have to go and see what's the word chesed, because we all know that chesed means a kindness act. But what is the chesed? Sforno says, go back to the same pasuk. כאמרו אז. Go back to the same perek. And what does it say at that perek? ונתתי לך ולזרעך אחריך את ארץ מגוריך. Look what he says. He says, you want to know? You want to know what it is? Chesed is Eretz Megurecha. He Eretz Knan. He Eretz Israel. So, if we will keep the mitzvot, we'll get Eretz Israel. But Chesed, it's really an act of kindness. We don't need to do something. We choose something to do something, but it's not a must. And ספורנו says, כי אמנם הטוב ההוה לצדיקים בעולם הזה הוא חסד בלבד, לא גמול למעשיהם. The Sforno comes to explain, you will keep the Torah, but as a chesed, this is not a reward for direct reward for the mitzvot. This is an extra. This is a chesed. You'll get the reward that you will need to get for the mitzvot. This is a chesed. This is a little bit extra for the tzadikim בעולם הזה. לא גמול מעשיהם. And here is the question. If Eretz Israel was given to us as a present, as a chesed that Hashem did to us, לא כגמול, not as a reward for our action, do we have the right to give it away? Do we have a permission to give part of it? Of course not. We cannot give even not part of it. And maybe this is an opportunity to tell a small story that happened only a few days ago. In Olamei Edia in Yavne, there are two halls. One of them is a little bit smaller for smaller families, for small events, and the other one is a little bit bigger. in the big hall, there was a wedding that day. The wedding included not less than 450 guests. The chuppah went beautiful, then the dancing, the food started to come out, and everybody had a great time. An hour into the celebration, the Chatan went on the stage to the microphone and says, "Well, guest, I need to leave." "What do you mean?" He says, "I need to take my wife, and I have to leave now. You're welcome to stay, to eat, to drink, and to dance." He came out of the hallway holding his new wife's hand. Nobody understood what happened. The parents had no idea. So they started to follow the couple. So the parents started to follow the couple as they left the hall. Then the siblings who knew nothing started to follow the parents. Then the extended family that really knew nothing about what is happening just followed the siblings. And the next thing you know, all the guests misunderstood the whole situation and just left not knowing what exactly are they following. Apparently, in the next small hall, right next to the big hall, there was another wedding. And that wedding was too small that someone felt that it's lacking a simcha. And very quietly went to the Chatan from the bigger hall and said to him, this is what happened. They really don't have a lot of guests, and there is not much of a simcha on the other side. The Chatan left right away with his wife to go and be mesameach Chatan im hakala. And when all the guests followed him, they all joined the party in the small hall, celebrating and doing the same mitzvah of lesameach Chatan im hakala. And of course that when a Chatan on his wedding day, he doesn't need to go and be mesameach Chatan im hakala for someone else. This is a chesed. This is a chesed that he did when he left his own wedding and went to do something else, to be mesameach Chatan im hakala. So, which bracha am I giving us today? I'll give us the bracha of chesed, to remember that Eretz Israel is a chesed that HaKadosh Baruch Hu do with Am Yisrael. And that chesed still continues until today. And exactly like HaKadosh Baruch Hu, we also need to continue and do chesed. Shabbat Shalom.